we're out every second week in Newbridge. It was out every second Saturday, or it was out every Saturday, but just too much to be out every Saturday. So I'm here every second Saturday from 1 to 3 outside of there's Woody's and Tesco and McDonald's here. So it's a very busy place to be. An awful lot of people do take see our boards, even if they don't take the flyers all the time. But
how do you feel it's going, Joseph? Because I'm only here an hour, and I have been down before. It's been quite a while ago, and I can tell you my impressions. How do you feel it's going down here?
I think it goes up and down. I think we're on a down now. I think people are very tired. I think of especially of the jab, the COVID-19 jab injuries and deaths. I think people, unfortunately, people want to forget about it.
Yeah.
I'm not like that myself. I want justice, and I want people who are responsible for committing crimes to be punished. I think that's very logical. But I think I'm in the minority for wanting that.
Yeah.
Most of the people who pass through here don't really want to hold people to account.
But Joseph, even if we didn't want justice, it's not physically possible to forget about it, because the people with the side effects are only showing the side effects now. They're only just starting to show. So for anyone out there, including any potential political parties, existing or new, this is not something that we can forget about, because as we can see with the hospital lists and hospital waiting times, the side effects of this trial injection are only manifesting now.
Yeah, and we saw with the general election a few months ago that there were a lot of people who are supposedly on our side. I think they were, but for some reason they wouldn't mention the COVID-19 injections and deaths, which I think was a mistake on their part. I think there are so many thousands of people who have been affected by it that they would have gotten a lot of votes if they mentioned it, but they just ignored it. It was the same with the local elections before that. They just ignored all the people who had died and been injured.
Sure. And you had a councillor elected here in Newbridge,
Tom
and Tom.
I haven't heard him mention.
No. There's and we're not picking him out. There's many. In fact, nobody that got elected has spoken out about it. And thank you, Joseph. And I'm just going down the line here. And Joseph mentions people want to forget about it, but what they forget is that all these things are all interconnected. You know, all of these things: the digital currency, the 5G, the vaccination, the pretend climate hoax. It's all connected. And one word you could sum it up is control. It's all about control. And I have to say, I glibly said about the guy who's been here every week, but I can honestly tell you guys out there, that I am here only an hour, and it's like going back 2 years. We really need a serious info drop here in Kildare, because I can honestly tell you, I've given out about 3 flyers in an hour, and that's was talking. And I talked to one man who said he was just ashamed he took it. So we're not here. He took it once. I told him we are not here to shame anybody. But these guys really have to be commended, because, and quite honestly, sometimes in Dublin the flyers nearly sell themselves. Not that we charge, but it has been. What do you think, Paul? Is it difficult here? Is it difficult?
Kildare have been asleep all the time, and they're probably away today more interested in football and sitting in front of Xboxes and PlayStations.
Right.
The next generation. And the provisional government work for King Charles.
Yeah.
They do not serve the Irish people.
Yeah.
They're only a provisional puppet government to work for King Charles. So your puppet government has sold you out.
Completely, Paul.
And we get nothing from the resources of Ireland.
Yeah. And Paul, what do you think the reason is that this town is so lackluster? What you know the town better than me. What do you think is the reason? Because other towns now, as I said, are just Carlow. I don't want to pick out towns, but some towns, the flyers
The whole of Kildare has been asleep since the anti-water demonstrations.
Okay.
And we had the poorest turnouts in Dublin during the anti-water demonstrations. And
what do you think the reason for that? Is there any, I know there's not just one reason, is there any factors that has made this town, because I really, guys, really, they have to be commended here. You know, I was starting to get deja vu here, you know, after an hour, because it's like pulling teeth to give out a flyer here. Sorry, Paul,
yeah,
what do you think the reason?
There has always been asleep and not aware and too much tap water.
Okay. Anything else, Paul? Any other reason, do you think? It's difficult, isn't it, to just pinpoint? Yeah.
Some people, even that I know, still pay to water bills.
Wow.
And council house tax.
Okay. Well, look, listen, Paul, thank you for talking to me. And what I would say is, the people of Kildare that are watching, these guys, you know, they've been here for, how long have you been here, Paul?
1 o'clock.
No, but how many years?
Oh, 2.
Yeah, over it is. Now listen, guys, come on. These few guys standing here every Saturday or every alternate Saturday, they really need to dig out. This is really one difficult spot. And, you know, it's a good junction. These leaflets now should be actually taking legs and flying themselves, and they really are not. Windows rolled up when they see us. I haven't seen that for almost 2 years. So look, the people across the road, for the volunteers across the road, for the volunteers standing here bringing the truth to Newbridge, they may not want the truth, but the truth is always a bitter. Hi guys, good afternoon. I'm just here in Kildare, sorry, in Newbridge, just with the guys, the amazing guys. I did a video earlier with them in interviews. Just a very quick note. My feedback from today would be, I'm actually quite shocked. Having spent 2 hours here, that as you know, Wake Bearer and other volunteer groups have been out on the streets, and we saw a slow start to the awakening of the Irish people. We saw a slow start, and we knew that the vaccine was always going to be a contentious issue, but the guys here have been 2 years, and you know, they've been dealing with every single issue to do with 5G, digital currency, etc, etc. I'm quite shocked here now today to honestly say, my honest feedback is that I don't think I was here since last year, and the feedback from the people here is what we noticed almost 2 years ago in other towns, and even in rural towns, the closing off the windows, the shouting out, are you a doctor? And I explained to them, it's Pfizer's data, it's not my data. A 10-year-old child could read the data if they have good literacy skills. So unfortunately, Newbridge are at that stage still where they are absolutely unwilling to accept the actual factual truth. I can honestly tell you, having travelled the country, that probably is one of the most reluctant towns to accept the factual evidence. So what I would say to the politicians, local councillors, whatever, these guys that are standing here every week, they need a really big dig out now to get this information out. I don't know what the councillors are doing in Newbridge, but it's definitely not informing the people, not just about the vaccine, but about the digital currency, about the plans, you know, the UN plans, the whole agenda for Ireland. The people, I'm sorry to say this, Newbridge, now, you know, it's not personal and it's not a competition, but whilst we found on the streets in other towns, people were coming over asking us for the information, asking for flyers, some even ordering flyers. They get them for free if they can't, make a little donation. Newbridge were rolling up their windows. So my call would be now to all the councillors that promised so much when they were got elected. I think really and truly at this stage the onus is on you guys now to come down, stand with Joseph and all the other brilliant people here that have given up 2 years of their lives. I think the onus now is on local county councillors and local groups to inform the people of Newbridge and of the county of Kildare what is really going on in their county and their country. So quite as shocked, and it's hard. One man actually wanted to set his dog on me, but unfortunately for him, fortunately for me, most people know dogs absolutely seem to, you know, resonate with me. So the dog was totally unwilling. The dog was licking me and enjoying my company. So, you know, that's where we're actually at. So God bless you all. Take care. And to the wonderful people here and the wonderful volunteers, we'll see them soon. And I'm really appealing for people now to get out and give these wonderful people a dig out every week or every second week here in Newbridge at the Woodies shop on the junction. God bless you all. Take care. Hi you guys, I'm just down here at the beautiful Cadine, isn't it, Noreen? Yeah. And look at my doppelganger here. When us two are out, only trouble can ensue. But in all seriousness, Noreen, as you know, I've just spent the day down with the brilliant guys, the brilliant volunteers there at the Hold the Line, and I know they've been there and I know they've been there intermittently now for 2 years. And I just had my own little feedback, really, Noreen, on today's events, and I'm just wondering, what do you see, Noreen, now as some of the main topics that the volunteers need to get out, the local councillors need to get out to their constituents? What would you